Welcome to Chandbagh School, Grade 11, Physics, Code 5054, Paper 2, May June 2013, Variant 22, Lecture number 18. Section B, Question number 11. A student places a small electric heater inside a cup of water as shown in figure 11.1. The student determines the electrical power of the heater. Part A. In the space below the cup on the figure 11.1 draws the electrical circuit that the student used, including an ammeter, a voltmeter and power supply. Dear student, to answer that question, we must know that how these equipment are connected. Power supply is used to give the energy to the system. So the two terminal which is outside the water is connected with the power supply. Now as we know from our knowledge that voltmeter is always connected parallel to the equipment, like in this case the voltmeter is always connected parallel to the heater. You can also connect it parallel to the power supply, and the ammeter is always connected in series. So therefore if you see in one of the branch, we will connect it the ammeter with power supply. So dear student, you will draw the ammeter, power supply and voltmeter on the same diagram, because this is they in the space above the cup on the figure 11.1 draw the electrical circuit that the student use. So you draw the ammeter, voltmeter and power supply with the same on the same diagram. For your easiness, I draw it simply with another diagram. Part B of question number 11. The voltage of power supply is 12 volt and the current is 4.2 ampere. Calculate the electric power input to the heater. As from the knowledge of our electrical circuits, we know power is equal to voltage into current. So the formula of power is equal to V into I. So V is 12 volt and the I is 4.2 ampere. So 12 multiply 4.2 ampere, the answer is 50.4 watt. Question number 11, part B and part B, part 2. Calculate the energy input to the heater in 8 minutes, giving your answer in kilowatt hour. So dear student, in this question we have two parts. First of all, we will find the energy for 8 minutes and then we will convert him into the kilowatt hour. So as we know, the relationship between power and energy is that rate of doing work is called power. The formula of power is equal to W over time, because energy is the ability of doing work. So therefore power is equal to energy by time. But in this question we have to find out the energy, so therefore the formula will be reshuffled and come out to be energy is equal to power into time. So in part 1 the power is 50.4 watt and the energy in minutes is 8 minutes. So when we multiply it, we will get 403.2 watt minutes. I will not writing in second because I am not converting the minutes into second or minute into hour. In next step, I will convert watt minute into the watt hour. So therefore, I am converting from small to bigger unit. So therefore, I will divide 60 on it. So I will get the answer of 6.72 watt hours. So after finding the 6.72 watt hour, we will convert him into kilo. So therefore it is divided on 1000. So when we divide it on 1000, we will get 0.0672 kilowatt hour. Question number 11, part C. During heating, the student noticed that some of the water evaporates from the cup. Number 1. Describe using ideas about the molecule of the water what happens during evaporation. Dear student, to answer that question, we must know the definition of evaporation. Evaporation is the converting of water from liquid to the vapor form at any temperature. It is depend on the surface area and temperature, humidity and different other terms. So the answer of this question is that during the evaporation, high energy molecule escape from the surface of water. Part 2 of C, the student finding that amount of evaporation increasing when the temperature of water is higher. State and explain one other change that increase the amount of evaporation. As I told you that evaporation depend on the different things, so they have mentioned in that question that evaporation depend on the temperature, but the evaporation depend also on the surface area, it is depend on the humidity, it is depend on the winds. So the answer of this question, by using large area, large surface area, there will be more chance to escape the molecule from the surface of water. By using wind, fast wind, the more molecules escape from the surface of water. The third part of C is state two differences between the evaporation and boiling point. So the first difference is that boiling occurs at the fixed temperature. Pure water is boiled at 100 degrees Celsius, where the evaporation occurs at any temperature. The second difference is that evaporation occurs at the surface of water, where the boiling occurs inside the water, means it is the convection process which take place inside the water, that up lower water hot and going up and the upper cool water come down and the convection process take place. Part D of question number 11, the student turns off the power supply and the water cools. Describe and explain how convection in the air causes the water to cool. To answer that question, we must know the process of convection. In convection process, when we heat up the water, the lower water become hot and it become less denser and it rises up. By replacing the hot molecule, the cold molecule are denser and they coming down, replacing the hot molecule, and that's the convection process take place. So here the process is reversed because we are cooling the water. So water loss heat energy to the cup of or air, and air gains heat energy. The hot air becomes less denser and rises up, and the cold air more denser and becomes down. Then the process of convection take place. So the process of convection take place not only inside the cup but also in the air. So above the surface of air, above the surface of that cup, that the air becomes hot and it moves rising up, and their place will be taken by the cool molecule present surrounding of that cup and come down near to the hot place, and like that the process will going on. I hope you understand the question number 11 of section B. With this question, our paper 2 is going to end. Now, in coming lectures, we will discuss our paper 4. I hope you understand the lecture. Best of luck for next time.